Hey guys, so today we are going on a solo hike at DuPont State Forest. You might notice, but Sarah is not here with me today. Saba has been feeling pretty sick. We had to take her again to the vet yesterday. She's doing better now, but she's still recovering, so Sarah is at home nursing her back to health, and I am going out on a solo hike at DuPont State Forest. You guys are gonna come with me. We're gonna go have a great time. So I brought the big winter pack today. It's a little cold. Let's go out and have some fun. So it really feels great to get out today. I haven't been out solo hiking in a long time. I used to come out almost every single day when we first moved here. I would go out and take a lot of landscape photography. And I just went all over the mountains everywhere. And I love going out sometimes by myself because it is just an entirely different experience, you know? It's just you're out there, one with nature. I think that's really what it means, you know? You're one person out in nature, just very quiet and calm, and just less distractions. I find that I have some of my deepest thoughts when I'm out hiking by myself, just because I can really get into that deep thought process, you know? And oftentimes I just kind of, you know, sit here and think while I'm out hiking and walking around. And, you know, I think, you know, to quote John Denver, you know, it's like you get out into nature, you talk to God, and you wait for a casual reply. And it really feels that way. It's just you get out, you start walking around, and, you know, the answers come. And they come in a non-intense sort of way, which, you know, can be very helpful, of course. Whenever I do come out hiking by myself, though, I always really try to stick to, you know, my 4 main rules. I always park in like a main area, you know, something where a lot of people know what I'm talking about. If I say, how do I get back to the main visitor center? It's just easy to get there. There's gonna be facilities available for me when I get there in case I'm injured or really cold or something like that. Second thing I always do is I always bring a paper trail map. I never rely on my phone. Battery goes dead, I'm, you know, at its mercy. But if I have that physical trail map with me, no worries. Third thing I always do, I never leave the trail. I always stay on the trail. I don't want to go off. You can a lot of times just get off the trail, get turned around, and you're not going to know where you're going. So I always stay to the trail. And my 4th rule is I always, when I'm hiking alone, go to places that I know. That's always very familiar, so that way I don't even really need to rely on the map. I just know where I'm going, I know the surroundings, and I just feel it's a lot safer to do that without the benefit of another person there with me to help me figure out problems and think about where we're going and what's going on. So that's it, those are my 4 rules. Get out there and have a lot of fun, because it is a whole different experience when you're out here by yourself. So if you guys have been watching the vlog long, you'll know that Sarah and I have been going through a little difficulty with our apartment. On Christmas Eve, the water system broke, the sprinkler system broke in the attic above our apartment and flooded a good part of our apartment. Luckily, most of our stuff hasn't been damaged, and the apartment complex, as of right now, is just doing a lot of great work. They're really working with us to get our apartment back as fast as possible. But we've been continuing to have some little annoyances spur up. We've had to take Saba to the vet a couple times, mainly yesterday was a bit of an emergency. We didn't know what was going on with her. Everything's good now, but she is still feeling pretty sick. Turns out she does have an infection. Sarah's at home with her, taking care of her, nursing her back to health. She has to be on antibiotics for a little while, and I think just the whole ordeal of having to move around so much and being displaced for like 15 days, I think it put a lot of stress on her, and she's recovering from that now. But I think it did take a toll on her little body. So we are taking extra special care to take care of her, nurse her back to health, because she is top priority among top priorities for us. So some of these minor things have really been getting in the way of some of our goals that we've set. You know, we've been daily vlogging since December 1st, and you know, we've been doing it all throughout all of the stuff that's been happening, but some of these little things just keep popping up, and it just is making it harder and harder to keep going. And I don't know if you guys ever experienced that, you know, when you're like trying something new and you're super excited for it, and then all these little things keep getting in the way. It can be very frustrating. But Sarah and I are not one to wallow in that frustration. We always look for what could be the silver lining, what's going on, and I know for sure that all of these troubles have been pushing us out of our comfort zone and really forcing us to think a lot about the channel, a lot about what kind of videos we want to bring to you guys. And you know, it in many ways has been very positive. And we just want to keep looking for those positives and move forward. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about a little bit today. Also, whenever I'm feeling stressed and frustrated, it just helps me immensely to get out into nature, give me that quiet time, that ability to get out and exercise and move around. So I'm taking you guys right now to probably my favorite place on earth, at least the favorite place that I've found so far. We're heading to Bridal Vales. It's such a beautiful location. We're gonna pass so many cool spots along the way. We're gonna have a lot of fun, so let's keep going. All right, it started off being super cold, and it still is very cold out today. It's like 30 degrees, but the wind chill's down to about 15. So I wore my nice winter coat, but all this hiking is making me really hot. So I mentioned I brought this, like the big backpack today. The reason why I brought it was I also brought like a little layering system to help regulate my temperature. I brought a nice synthetic fleece that I'm gonna put on right now. And I also brought my raincoat, and this is gonna kind of act as a windbreaker, you know, so that way the fleece will keep me warm, the windbreaker will block the wind, but then I won't be getting overheated in that heavy coat, because I could feel myself starting to sweat, and I don't want that to happen. It's so cold out, I don't want to get really freezing, and even, you know, hypothermia could be a real problem. So not that I think I'll get hypothermia, but I just want to, you know, cover all my bases. All right, so now that that's all settled, I'm going to try to fit my nice winter coat back into the backpack. So let's see if it'll fit or not. All right, I think it's gonna fit. All right, perfect. I feel so much better already. So as I mentioned before, whoa, a little windy out today. All right, so I'm just taking a little break right here. I'm sitting by this nice, beautiful lake behind me. Look at that blue water. This is Lake Julia at DuPont State Forest. Such a spectacular place. And as I mentioned before, you know, Sarah and I have been feeling a little stressed about the situation, you know, but we don't want to get fixated on the stress. We always like to try to look for solutions. And one of those solutions that I'm looking towards is that it's the fact that this is really pushing us. I've never been pushed this hard before in my life. It's forcing me out of my comfort zone. I think the vlog is really developing in a nice way because I'm having to talk about things more that I wouldn't ordinarily talk about. And it feels good to do that. I mean, Sarah and I were just commenting the other day, it feels so good to be able to sit down and talk to you guys and get things off our chest, to really work things out, talk about them and get them out into the open instead of internalizing so much. So that's one of the things that I'm really focusing on right now, is like how great it is that when things get tough, you can rise to that challenge and you can really push yourself in new ways and just, you know, really get out of the comfort zone and develop and you know, grow as a person. So that's one thing that I'm really thankful for. You know, it's been crazy, been stressful, we've been running around like mad, but we can do it. And that's really awesome. And that's even something that I was always kind of wondering, how far can I push myself? How hard can I work? And I'm really seeing that now, and I feel very gratified to be able to have this opportunity to do that. Another thing that's really helping me a lot is I've been doing a lot more like meditation and even prayer, I guess you can say. And I'm not really following anybody. I'm just really taking the time to just be quiet and ask for the answers to come to me, you know, to just let go and trust that everything's gonna work out, that it's all happening for a reason, and it's just really teaching me to be quiet and to calm down. You know, I'm kind of a person who, when things go wrong, I overthink things like crazy, I rush into it, and this is really giving me the opportunity to slow down, think things through, and, you know, just have faith that everything's gonna be okay. I don't always know how it's gonna be okay, but just having this opportunity to just trust in something greater than myself has been really valuable. It's given me a lot of comfort. So that's another positive thing that's come out of this situation. So on the car ride over, I was listening to a lot of John Denver, and Rocky Mountain High came on. And that's kind of what I wanted to do today. And I was reminded of it when I was listening to the song, you know. He says, you know, go out into nature, talk to God, and wait for a casual reply. And I find that that does happen to me when I come out into nature. I walk around, I'm maybe stressed when I first get there, but as I keep walking, I start to calm down, I start to mellow out, I start to think of things rationally. And a lot of times that answer will just come to me very casually. I don't know if it's God or not, but sometimes it certainly feels that way. So that's what I'm trying to do today. I'm just trying to get out here, clear my head, relax, and get ready for tomorrow. Get ready to just keep trying to make the best videos I can for you guys and just have a lot of fun doing it and get past these hurdles that we're going through right now, get out of this little funk that we're in and move on and just have a great time from here on out. Another thing that is really keeping me going, and I know it's keeping Sarah going too, is this awesome community of people who are gathering around this channel. Just so many like-minded, kind people, so enthusiastic about life and what we're doing. It really means a lot to us, and on some of the hardest days, it really keeps me going. So I'd like to thank you guys, all the buccos out there, for being here, for watching the videos, for leaving awesome comments. We really, really appreciate it. We wouldn't be doing it without you guys, so thank you so much. All right, so now I feel nice and refreshed, nice and calm and quiet. It's time to go to my favorite little spot, Bridal Veil Falls. Alright guys, here we are, Bridal Veil Falls, one of my all-time favorites. I just love the way the water slides down the rock. It's so powerful, so cool. Look at it, it's just wonderful. My favorite thing about Bridal Veil Falls is that there's always such a nice, positive vibe here. I could just come here, nice hike, get some good exercise, and you're rewarded with just this really, really beautiful waterfall behind me. It's just so awesome. I love it here. My favorite part about this waterfall are these giant granite slabs that you could just walk on. It's just this like really cool like viewing platform for the waterfall. It's just so neat. You could get like real close up to the action and really feel the energy and the negative ions coming off the waterfalls. I'm gonna kind of stick over here because it looks a little slippery. It's a little icy, but it's just so cool. It's almost magical, I would say, to get over here, you know? So if you're at DuPont Forest, definitely take the time to look at a trail map, find Bridal Veil Falls, and get over here and look at it. You might just find me here hanging out. So to wrap it up, I guess, you know, Sarah and I, one of our main philosophies in life is that, you know, we're always believing that the universe is working in our favor. What recent events have taught me is that sometimes it might not be a cozy, nice experience, but it's a part of like real difficulty that invokes the greatest growth in you. So if you're going through a hard time, I hope this video helped you out a little bit. Just focus on that whatever bad might be happening for a good reason. It's going to help you grow, and it's going to make you a stronger person in the end for it. So guys, thanks so much for watching and coming with me on this little hike. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.